And yeah, and one of those guys that we have for you to get educated by today has been a force in our movement for as long as I've been involved in it, and long before that. The former editor of Cannabis Culture magazine, the founder of Sensible BC. He ran for the BC NDP party, leadership, so many things that he's done. He recently gave out about 2 million cannabis seeds across Canada to help overthrow the government. Just one of the best and smartest warriors that we have in this movement. I'd like to introduce you to Dana Larsen. Give him your attention, give him your applause, Mr. Dana Larsen.
It is very challenging to be here today and to say something inspirational and positive when our event is really being hijacked by a hostile force. It's very challenging for me to be here. You know, we've been putting on this event for 21 years. I've been at Cannabis Day since I was 24 years old, every single year, participating in this amazing event and seeing it grow and develop and change. And this year we come down and these other guys have set up a stage and are saying it's their event now, and they bullied us over to the side here. And you know, for me, being an activist and doing this work, it's about love, and that should be the motivation for any activist. It's about love for our fellow people, it's about love for the cannabis plant, it's about love for the connection that we have with this plant, it's about love for our freedom, and love for people all around the world who may not ever get to participate in a cannabis-friendly event like this. So I'm trying to maintain that loving positivity and looking forward to a good future, but you know, I'm frustrated that we're seeing within our movement this hostility and these attacks against activists and people who I don't think are motivated by love, but I think are motivated by hate, and who have come to our event, our special Cannabis Day event, for 21 years. And you know, when I showed up here today, the first thing that I heard was one of the organizers, this guy named Eli, came over to me and said, "Dana Larsen, you are banned from Cannabis Day. You're not allowed at the art gallery. You have to go home, get lost, get the fuck out of here." And I thought, what the hell is going on? I mean, you don't have to all like each other. Admittedly, in the marijuana movement, sometimes we disagree about strategy or tactics. Sometimes our personalities don't all merge. Hey, that's understandable that we have conflicts sometimes. But being here at an event that we've been doing for so long and having people telling me that I'm not welcome, that our crew isn't welcome, this is no longer our event, that is like the most hostile takeover. I'd rather almost have police here pepper spraying people than having this kind of hostile action from people that are supposed to be on the same team as us. And so I feel weird about giving this speech. You know, I'm always about unity and working together, and I really try not to attack other activists. I try not to take other people down. If I think someone his activism is misguided or they're not hitting the target, I'm not going to go in public and trash that person. I always try to think everybody's doing their part. We're all trying our hardest, even if I think they're not being so effective. At least they're trying to do something. And but I'm really questioning that here today, and seeing the actions of World Cannabis and the lesbian stripper fight club, whoever the hell that is. And I'm not going to bore you with the whole story, but this World Cannabis conflict is something that has become very personal for me. I've been personally harassed in ways I don't like to talk about, like for the last couple of years, by these guys and Rob Moore. And it's frustrating because I want to keep my eye on the prize. You know, it's not about me, it's not about my stuff, it's about changing these laws. It's about ending the prohibition of cannabis that will benefit everybody. And so I really just want to work together. I want to be part of a team. I want people to do whatever they can. And I tell people this all the time: get out there every day and do something to make a difference. You know, if it's just 5 minutes a day, do it, so you can tell your kids and your grandkids that you helped end marijuana prohibition, that you did something to get involved, and you just didn't stand idly by and pass off all this prohibition to another generation, that we worked together, that we made those things happen. But that has to come from some kind of a place of a unity, some kind of a place of putting aside our petty differences, not attacking other people in the movement if you can avoid it, not publicizing your conflicts and putting them out in the open, and not showing up at other people's events and trying to take things over. You know, there's 364 other days of the year to do events at the art gallery, to promote the cannabis culture. And to come down here on our day, I just feel really hurt inside, and I feel really shitty, and I don't really know how to deal with this. But I know that I'm going to get up tomorrow morning and I'm going to work again. I'm going to spend all day working to legalize marijuana, and the next day I'm going to get up and I'm going to do it again. I don't care if the cops try to stop me. I don't care if haters who are against me in the movement or whatever try to stop me. I don't care if they want to fuck up our events. I'm going to keep doing what I do every day because I believe in legalization of cannabis, and because it's bigger than just me, and because any people that don't like me or have some conflict with us. And also we're going to make sure that next year we retain control of our events. We're going to be ready for people to try to outmaneuver us and come in and mess with our events and our protests. You know, the 420 rally and Cannabis Day are things that were really hard to get going, and we faced a lot of challenges. Police would make arrests quite regularly. They would harass people. At the earliest events, they would come down early and rent hotel rooms and be very aggressive in their actions. And we fought over and over again, year after year, to protect our people, to put on safe, community-friendly events that are positive, that are welcoming, and that support our culture, and that try to make us look like the positive, wonderful human beings that we are, and not a bunch of yahoos like the media loves to portray us so often. And so I hope what's happening here today in this conflict doesn't like set our movement back, or doesn't make the marijuana movement look bad in some way, because that's my concern. But I feel like the guys at World Cannabis who have taken over the stage don't really care about any of that. They don't care about a relationship with the city. They don't care about a relationship with the community. They don't care about leaving this place better than they found it, or doing that. You know, they're really motivated, I think, by hatred and anger, and it makes me sad. But like I said, I'm going to keep fighting every day. Nothing is going to stop me getting up every day and spending all day working on legalizing marijuana, ending prohibition, ending the war on drugs, so that nobody ever has to be charged or harassed or bothered for what herbal medicine they use or what plants they choose to grow in their garden. And I guess that's all I have to say. But you know, it's been a long movement over these last 2 decades or so of being an activist, and it seems really slow sometimes, but we have made such incredible change in this city, and really a small handful of people with a lot of supporters who believe in what they're doing have really altered the face of Vancouver very much. You know, dispensaries didn't come out of nowhere. Bong shops didn't come out of nowhere. Rallies with 100,000 people smoking and enjoying cannabis openly, buying and selling and sharing it. None of these things came out of nowhere. When you see it now, it all seems normal and natural. But it took decades of hard work, of sacrifice, of financial challenges, of losing money, spending your time, of being attacked by the media, being attacked by the city, being arrested and harassed and pepper sprayed by the police. All these things we've had to do, and all these things we will still have to do to get to our ultimate freedom. But I'm never going to give up, no matter how much shit anyone throws at me. I know I'm on the right path. I know that what we're doing here with cannabis culture, with our movement, is the right way to go. You know, we are on the narrow path, and we are going to take it home, and we're going to end the marijuana prohibition in Canada for everybody, even for the jerks who take over our stage and take out our game. We're going to end prohibition on them too, because they shouldn't be getting busted for pot either, even if I think they're kind of a bunch of jerks. And so that's what we're fighting for, and I really appreciate everyone being here, making Cannabis Day the best it can be. And I'm feeling a little more optimistic and happy now that I gave this talk, so thank you everybody so much. Together we're going to end prohibition, we're going to end the war on marijuana, and we're going to make it happen. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dana Larsen. We are going to do that, and you're helping us, and so many other people are helping.